give it all to you. On a dark desert highway.
The 1960s, although over 50 years ago, had a lasting impact. Whether you liked the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, these bands are considered among the greatest in U.S. history. But the 60s had more to offer than just these iconic groups. Motown churned out hit after hit and introduced many stars, while the era also saw the rise of psychedelic music with its mind-bending creativity. The decade was all about exploring new sounds and trying out different things. Join us as we explore the 20 famous songs from the 1960s you forgot were awesome. Nana Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye emerged as an unexpected sensation in 1969, composed and performed by Paul Leka, Gary DiCarlo, and Dale Frashuer under the fictional band name Steam. The song's roots stretch back to the early 1960s, hearkening to the members' doo-wop days in Connecticut. Despite its immense success, the song's attribution to a fabricated band may contribute to its gradual fade from collective memory. Nevertheless, Nana Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye endures as a nostalgic reminder of the late 60s, boasting multi-platinum status with over 6.5 million copies sold by the 21st century. Unfortunately, Gary DiCarlo died at 75 from lung cancer, and co-writer Paul Leka, at age 68, also succumbed to lung cancer. As the spirited beats of Nana Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye fade away, a lingering curiosity arises. How did the hypnotic drum solo of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida captivate listeners in a 17-minute journey? In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida by Iron Butterfly, released in 1968, stands as a monumental piece in rock history. Its sprawling 17-minute length, dominating an entire album side, was unconventional for its time. Although the lyrics, centered around the biblical tale of Adam and Eve, are only bookends to the song, it's the 2.5-minute drum solo by Ron Bushy that steals the spotlight. The eponymous album achieved remarkable success, hitting number 4 and selling over 30 million copies. The band has Eric Barnett, Martin Gershwitz, Dave Meros, and Bernie Pershy. Bernie plays with Cabin Fever, Keston, and others. Meros is in Rolling Heads and Pattern Seeking Animals. Martin Gershwitz is currently a German musician. Regarded as a pivotal influence on heavy metal, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida remains a cornerstone of hard rock, contributing to the genre's evolution and earning its place in music history despite fading from mainstream memory over time. This diamond ring, penned by Al Cooper, Bob Brass, and Irwin Levine in 1965, initially sung by Jimmy Radcliffe, found fame through renditions by Sammy Ambrose and Gary Lewis and the Playboys. This song has a happy tune, but the words tell a sad story. It's like a fancy ring that used to be special, but now it just reminds us of a love that's gone. Despite the commercial triumph, Cooper's discontent lingered, envisioning the song for a different group. Notably, Lewis contested claims that the Wrecking Crew dominated the recording, asserting his band's active involvement. Unfortunately, Levine passed away at 58 in 1997 from heart or kidney failure. Cooper, a successful solo artist, joined Rock Hall in 2023. Over time, the song, perhaps overshadowed by disputes and Cooper's dissatisfaction, faded from the spotlight, its initial significance and impact now obscured by the passage of time. Wooly Bully by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, released in 1964, stands as a quintessential rock and roll hit, embodying the band's breakthrough moment. Penned by frontman Domingo Sam Samudio, the song's infectious 12-bar blues structure gained attention after being picked up by MGM in 1965, following its original release on a Memphis label. The title doesn't make much sense, but some ideas came up to explain what Wooly Bully might mean. One theory is that it was a way for people to congratulate each other. In the song, Sam the Sham counts off the tune with 1, 2, 3, 4 in Spanish, and they borrowed this idea when they used a Spanish count-in for their song. Its distinction lies in being the first American record to sell 1 million copies during the British invasion. Sam now inspires people, occasionally performs, and joins Memphis Hall. Despite never securing the top spot on the weekly Hot 100, the single achieved global success, selling 3 million copies worldwide and receiving a gold certificate in August 1965. While it remains a classic, its historical significance might be overshadowed by subsequent chart toppers, contributing to its gradual fading from mainstream memory over time. As the echoes of Wooly Bully fade away, the rhythm of the past still lingers. Now, with the spirited beats of Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs settling, what anthem awaits in the era of The Ballad of the Green Berets?
Fearless men who jump and die.
The Ballad of the Green Berets is a proud and patriotic song about the U.S. Army Special Forces during the Vietnam War. It's unique because it positively portrays the military during a time when many songs focused on the war's challenges. Released in 1966, it became a huge hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 5 weeks and making waves in different music charts. Written by Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler, who trained to be a Special Forces medic, the song's lyrics were crafted with the help of author Robin Moore, known for the Green Berets book. The song was a tribute to Specialist 5 James Gabriel Jr., the first Hawaiian to die in Vietnam. Unfortunately, Robin Moore passed away on February 21, 2008, and Barry Sadler died at 49, shot in Guatemala City. His performance on popular TV shows like The Ed Sullivan Show helped boost its popularity. The ballad remains a notable piece reflecting the sentiments of that era.
Kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war.
Eve of Destruction by P.F. Sloan, popularized by Barry Maguire in 1965, delves into the tumultuous issues of the era: the Vietnam War, draft nuclear threats, the civil rights movement, Middle East turmoil, and space program concerns. Criticizing 1960s youth culture, the song faced radio bans for its controversial lyrics, accused of aiding the enemy in Vietnam. Sloan passed away on November 15, 2015 in Los Angeles at 70. He had pancreatic cancer. Despite its initial impact, the song has faded from mainstream memory, overshadowed by other iconic 60s tunes. Yet its potent commentary on the socio-political climate endures, warranting recognition for its historical relevance.
Oh, there's a crazy little shack beyond the tracks.
Sugar Shack by Jimmy Gilmer and the Fireballs was a 1963 sensation, hitting #1 on both the Billboard Hot 100 and Cashbox charts. Its infectious beat and catchy lyrics captured the essence of early 1960s pop culture. The song starts by saying there's a small house called the Sugar Shack. Some think it's a symbol of love between a man and a woman. It's a cozy place where lovers find happiness. Despite its initial fame, Sugar Shack has faded from mainstream memory over time, overshadowed by newer hits. However, its enduring legacy lives on in its frequent appearances in films and TV shows. Keith McCormick, aged 74, passed away from a stroke in Springfield, Missouri on April 10, 2015. As the infectious beats of Sugar Shack fade away, a question lingers. What other nostalgic tales unfold in the vibrant world of rock and roll? Prepare for a journey as we dive into the lively echoes of Palisades Park. Palisades Park was a lively rock and roll song written by Chuck Barris and performed by Freddie Cannon. Barris got the idea to write a song about an amusement park and decided to name it after a real one. While in Manhattan, he looked at the Palisades Cliffs in New Jersey, where an amusement park sat, and that's when he decided on the title. The song pays tribute to the Palisades Amusement Park, which sadly closed on September 12, 1971. The track features upbeat music with a distinctive organ sound, and it includes sounds of a busy amusement park like people screaming on roller coasters. The lyrics tell a story of someone taking a nighttime stroll and finding love at Palisades Park. The song mentions various rides and attractions at the park like Shoot the Chute, Rocket Ship, Roller Coaster, Loop the Loop, Merry-Go-Round, Tunnel of Love, and the Ferris Wheel. Freddie Cannon, born on December 4, 1936, is now 87 years old. Its decline in popularity may stem from evolving musical tastes or the diminishing relevance of the park itself, which closed in 1971. Nonetheless, Palisades Park remains a nostalgic relic, preserving the joy and romance of a bygone era for those who remember its lively melodies.
To the very end, baby, that's you.
Lightnin' Strikes was a catchy song written by Lou Christie and Twyla Herbert, sung by Christie, and released by MGM in 1966. The song became a big hit, reaching number 1 in Canada and the U.S. It also climbed to number 3 in New Zealand and number 11 in the U.K. The Recording Industry Association of America certified it as gold in March 1966 for selling over 1 million copies. The music was put together by Charles Calello and recorded in September 1965. Bernadette Carroll, Peggy Santiglia, and Denise Ferry of the Delicates provided the backup vocals. In the song, Christie says he can't stick to one girl, but later, he wants his girl to be loyal and honest. It's confusing because he's sending different messages about love in this nostalgic song. Notably, Ralph Cassell's guitar solo with a stuttering effect was added later during production. Lou Christie, born on February 19, 1943, is now 80 years old, and the songwriter Twyla Herbert passed away on July 11, 2009, at the age of 87. Despite its initial popularity, the song may have been forgotten over time due to shifting musical trends and evolving audience tastes, overshadowing its significance as a classic pop hit. Incense and Peppermints is a song by the band Strawberry Alarm Clock from Los Angeles. It was written by John S. Carter and Tim Gilbert, inspired by an idea from band members Mark Weitz and Ed King. Released in May 1967 by Uni Records, it quickly rose to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for a week. However, it didn't do as well in the UK. Originally, it was on the B-side of another song by Thee Sixpence, but radio stations in Los Angeles preferred it and started playing it more. Uni Records then decided to re-release it with Incense and Peppermints as the A-side. The band even changed its name to the Strawberry Alarm Clock. The song eventually earned a gold disc from the RIAA for selling over 1 million copies. Unfortunately, John Carter passed away on May 10, 2011, at the age of 65. As the psychedelic journey of Incense and Peppermints fades, you may ask, did musical creativity extend beyond chart-topping hits? Enter Judy in Disguise and discover a different sonic realm. The song Judy in Disguise with Glasses by John Fred and his Playboy Band was a big hit in late 1967. John Fred and Andrew Bernard, members of the band, worked together to create the song. It has a mix of instruments like strings, brass, cedar, piano, bass, guitar, and drums, creating a unique sound. John Fred thought of this song during his 1967 tour in the southern states after a small success with Agnes English. He got the idea from a girl in Florida with striking sunglasses. The song's ending, disliked by other band members, is slow and abrupt, with John Fred saying the final line, "I guess I'll just take your glasses." In January 1968, the song topped the charts in the U.S., earning a gold record. In 2004, Fred got sick. After a kidney transplant, he stayed in a New Orleans hospital and passed away on April 15, 2005, at 63.
With my hair down and my eyes, and she says hi.
Little Green Apples is a song that Bobby Russell wrote. It became popular in 1968 when 3 different artists released their own versions of it. First, American singer Roger Miller sang it and released it as a single. Then, American singers Patti Page and O.C. Smith also released their own versions that same year. O.C. Smith's version was especially successful, reaching second on the Billboard Hot 100 and Billboard Hot Rhythm and Blues Singles charts. Roger Miller's version also did well, reaching the top 40 on the Hot 100 in the UK and 6th on the Billboard Country chart. Bobby Russell, the songwriter, won a Grammy Award for writing the song, but Smith passed away from a heart attack on November 23, 2001 in Los Angeles. In 2013, English singer Robbie Williams and American singer Kelly Clarkson covered the song, and it became popular in Mexico, reaching the top 40 charts there. Yet its eventual obscurity might be attributed to shifting musical tastes and lack of sustained promotion. Green Tambourine is a well-known song from 1967 by the rock band called the Lemon Pipers. The band consisted of members Bill Albaugh, Bill Bartlett, Ivan Brown, R.G. Nave, and Steve Walmsley. It was written and produced by Paul Leka and Shelley Pins. The song became a big hit and is the title track of the band's first album. It's recognized as one of the earliest psychedelic pop songs to reach the top of the charts and even earned a gold record. This trippy song tells the story of a street performer who plays music for spare change. Drop coins in his tambourine and he'll strum a tune. It was inspired by a real-life busker. However, despite its initial popularity, the Lemon Pipers' subsequent songs didn't achieve the same level of success. As musical tastes evolved, the song gradually faded from mainstream memory. Brown played music in California, Walmsley bass in Oxford, and Bartlett became reclusive after his wife's death. Albaugh died in 1999, followed by Nave in 2020. As the hypnotic beats of Green Tambourine fade away, the psychedelic era's echoes linger. Now imagine grooving to Cool Jerk by the Capitals, a tale of dance floor coolness and unexpected inspirations. Cool Jerk is a catchy song from 1966, written by Donald Storball and performed by the Capitals. It became popular in the United States and Canada, and even appeared in the movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York in 1992. The idea for the song originally came from observing neighborhood pimps who danced differently in clubs, being too cool for the regular jerk dance. Originally named Pimp Jerk, the producer decided to change the title to Cool Jerk because they thought a song with pimp in the title might face bans or not receive positive attention. The recording session included the talented Funk Brothers, Motown's house band, backing up the Capitals. Samuel George died in 1982 from stabbing, while Richard McDougall passed away in 1984. Currently, Storball lives in Detroit. Its significance lies in its infectious rhythm and portrayal of a unique dance style. However, over time it may have been forgotten due to changing tastes and the overshadowing of other iconic hits from that era. Classical Gas is a musical piece created by American guitarist Mason Williams in 1968. Originally featured in the album The Mason Williams Phonograph Record, the instrumental track has been re-recorded and released multiple times. The song, initially called Classical Gasoline for classical guitar, got its name shortened by mistake. Mike Post, known for TV themes, produced and arranged the tune. Williams re-recorded the piece for his 1970 album Handmade, and this version was later featured in the film Cheaper by the Dozen. Mason Williams, born on August 24, 1938, is now 85 years old. Despite its initial popularity in the late 1960s, it may have been forgotten over time due to the overshadowing of other iconic songs from that era and confusion regarding its composer, sometimes mistakenly attributed to Eric Clapton. Additionally, its instrumental nature might have contributed to its gradual fade from mainstream memory, as vocal-centric songs tend to dominate popular culture.
Bad news in his hand, knocking at my door, selling.
Western Union is a song from 1967 by a band called The Five Americans. It became quite popular, reaching number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. In an interview from March 1967, Norman Ezell, the guitarist of the group, shared that the inspiration for the song came when their lead guitarist, Mike Rabin, discovered a unique sound while playing around with his guitar. The lyrics of the song narrate a story about receiving a breakup letter, commonly known as a Dear John letter, through a telegram service provided by Western Union. The band members faced various fates. Rabon passed away on February 11, 2022, at 78. John Durrell, the keyboardist, now resides in Los Angeles. Bassist Jim Grant died from a heart attack on November 29, 2004, at 61, while Norman Ezell, a guitarist and harmonica player, succumbed to cancer on May 8, 2010, at 68. Drummer Jimmy Wright, born on December 2, 1947, became a freelance photographer and died on January 30, 2012, at 64. As the echoes of Western Union fade, the telegram-inspired melody leaves us contemplating the tales of heartbreak and communication. But what secrets lie within the rhythmic sessions of The Boy from New York City? The Boy from... The Boy from New York City is a song by the Ad-Libs, a soul group from the United States. They released it in 1964 as their first ever single, and it was a big hit, reaching number 8 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 by February 27, 1965. Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller produced the song. Its lyrics convey a message about people's indifference towards politics. By rejecting societal norms, such as avoiding a conventional haircut, the song expresses frustration with politicians who seem to disregard the needs of citizens. Unfortunately, Mary Ann Thomas passed away from pancreatic cancer. Dave Watt died in 2008, Danny Austin in 2016, and Norman Donegan in December 2022. Bend Me, Shape Me is the second album by The American Breed, a jazz rock group from the 1960s, released in February 1968. The song tells the story of a guy deeply in love with a girl, willing to do anything for her just to keep her love. The success of Bend Me, Shape Me solidified the American Breed's place in music history, marking a peak in their career and leaving a lasting impact with their catchy tunes from the late 1960s. The band's subsequent releases didn't match the same commercial triumph, contributing to the album's fading prominence over time. Unfortunately, the main singer, Gary Loizzo, passed away at 70 from pancreatic cancer on January 16, 2016. The song Cherry Hill Park, written by Robert Nix and Billy Gilmore in 1969, became popular thanks to singer Billy Joe Royal. The lyrics tell the story of a girl named Mary Hill who hangs out at Cherry Hill Park during the day, playfully teasing the boys. However, when night falls, she becomes more intimate with them. Eventually, she marries a wealthy man and stops visiting the park. The catchy tune was arranged by Buddy Bowie, James Cobb, and Emery Gordy Jr., and produced by Bowie and Bill Lowry. The song's narrative about a girl's playful exploits in a park, while catchy, may not resonate with contemporary audiences as it did in the past, leading to its waning popularity. Royal passed away in his sleep on October 6, 2015 in Morehead City, North Carolina. As Mary Hill retreats from Cherry Hill Park, let's explore the depths of intrigue in Psychotic Reaction by Count 5.
'Cause you're the best girl that I've ever had.
Psychotic Reaction is the first song released by the American garage rock band Count 5 in June 1966. The idea for the song came to rhythm guitarist John Sean Byrne during a health education class in early 1966. As his professor talked about psychosis and neurosis, Byrne's friend Ron Lamb suggested the name Psychotic Reaction for a song. Inspired by this, Byrne wrote the lyrics and presented them to the band during practice. The song gained attention when the band performed it at a dance, and local disc jockey Brian Lord was impressed. Eventually, Lord connected them with Hal Wynn and Joe Hooven in Los Angeles, who were starting Double Shot Records. This led to the song's release and the band's debut studio album of the same name. The band member, John Byrne, passed away on December 15, 2008, at the age of 61. Craig Atkinson died in 1998 at 51. However, over time, Psychotic Reaction faded from mainstream memory due to the band's limited discography and subsequent lack of sustained commercial success, contributing to its relative obscurity.